So I wanted to make this video covering what we know thus far about the Dragon Ball Multiverse or Dragon Ball Omniverse, that is the 12 universes that the Omni King currently rules over, and make everything crystal clear for everybody before we go on to the next big arc, as I am presuming that we're going to be visiting more of these universes as Dragon Ball Super unfolds. In the meantime, let's go over everything you need to know about the 12 universes of Dragon Ball. I can't really speak for all of you, but I know that when I watched Battle of Gods for the first time, and I heard Beerus say that there are more than just one universe, that there's actually 12 of them, I was mind-boggled, and I had a feeling right then and there that at some point we were going to get a sequel of movies, I thought back then, that would cover this, but we did end up getting a sequel that didn't really cover it, Resurrection F, and then we got, of course, Dragon Ball Super, which is really expounding upon this. So let's go ahead and cover what we know so far. What we know, based on the explanation given to us in Dragon Ball Super, is that at one point there were 18 universes. Now, that is something that I made a mistake on in my last video talking about the gods. I said there were 16 on accident. I actually meant to say 18. There were originally 18 universes governed by the Omni King, and the Omni King destroyed 6 of these universes, leaving only 12. Now, it's not made clear as far as why he destroyed them. I think they just said he was irritated or something like that, but we actually don't know the reason behind it. But we actually did witness him doing a very similar feat in Dragon Ball Super Episode 67 when he wiped away that Trunks future that Zamasu had poisoned, or at least part of that future. So something similar may have happened in those universes, but we really don't know. What we do know, as explained by Whis, is that the universes come in pairs based upon the numbers adding up to the number 13, but there are only 12 universes. And some of the really bad speed subs that came out when Dragon Ball Super was first airing completely mistranslated this and said that there were 13 universes, but there are not. There's only 12. However, theoretically speaking, again, this is not really a confirmation of anything, we can presume the Omni King's realm exists outside of those universes. We don't know for certain if it does or it doesn't, so it's possible that he may have his own sort of exclusive universe. We don't really know for sure about that. So all of the universes are numbered, and their pairs add up to 13. 1 and 12, 2 and 11, 3 and 10, and so on and so forth until we get to Universe 6 and 7. Universe 7 is where the vast majority of the Dragon Ball story takes place. This is, of course, the universe that is governed by the God of Destruction Beerus and, of course, his angel Whis, and thus Universe 6 is governed by the siblings of Beerus and Whis when it comes to that level of hierarchy, which is Vados and Champa. And even though we were introduced to Vados and Whis' father, the Daishinkan, I wonder if we're ever going to meet Beerus and Champa's father. That's interesting. We still don't know much about their origins or where they come from. And again, one of the problems with making these videos is that we really don't have enough information about the history of these characters or how old these universes actually are. We can presume that they are, of course, very, very old. And the one other thing that Universe 6 and 7 do share is that they are twin universes, but they're not identical twins, but they do share the Super Dragon Balls created by Zarama. And based upon the future Trunks arc, we can presume that these two universes are the only ones that have Super Dragon Balls, because when Zamasu was inquiring about them, he went to go find the Super Dragon Ball. So that means that Universe 10, where he's from, might not have them and probably doesn't, because why would he go after another universe's Dragon Balls? That tells me that there's no other Dragon Balls, at least no other Super Dragon Balls in any other universe. But again, Toriyama could just pull something out of his ass, and who knows? I'm only giving you what we know so far. Now, going back to what I said earlier about Universe 6 and 7 being twins, they are not identical twins. They are twins in theory and in origin only. So, a lot of people were speculating that there is a Universe 6 equivalent of a Goku or a Vegeta, or pretty much people presume that Universe 6 has equivalents of every single person, every single living being in Universe 7, and that's simply not the case. Frost and Frieza obviously are one good example, But that's literally the only example we can come up with outside of course, the gods. The reason why there cannot be a Universe 6 equivalent of Goku and Vegeta comes down to simple biology. Goku and Vegeta were both born on planet Vegeta. Planet Vegeta was inhabited by the Saiyans after they left the Universe 7 equivalent of planet Sadal. So in Universe 6's, I guess, history, the Saiyans never left planet Sadal. So think of it in the terms of like an alternate timeline or an alternate continuity or a butterfly effect. If the Saiyans never left Sadal, that changes drastically the history of the entire race. They evolved without Tails, and as a result of these changes in what happened and the different characteristics of them, we don't even know if there's a Universe 6 version of King Vegeta and Bardock, and if there's no King Vegeta and Bardock, how can there be a Goku and Vegeta? That family lineage may not even exist in Universe 6. So that idea of there being a Universe 6 Goku and Vegeta is out the window unless, of course, Toriyama pulls it out of his ass. Who knows? Super's not over yet. Now, as I stated in my previous video, Universe 7 is divided up into 4 quadrants, each governed by a different Kai. That's how it is in Universe 7. We know that the Kais exist in other universes like 6 and 10, but what we don't know is how the government of the Kais works in those other universes. We haven't actually seen these characters yet, but we know for a fact they exist because in future Trunks' timeline, Goku Black went on a rampage and killed all of the Supreme Kais of all 12 universes, and thus, because of their connection to the gods of destruction, retroactively disposed of all the gods of destruction because of their life link with the gods of creation, the Supreme Kais, the Kaioshin, which was also revealed to us in Dragon Ball Super. Also, we found out that because of that, the angels like Whis and Vados were stuck without a god of destruction. So the bottom line is that we do know that the god hierarchy is the same across all 12 universes, but we don't know how many Kais there actually are per universe, or how many quadrants each universe actually has. We can presume it's the same, but we don't know for sure. And the last big reveal that Super gave us recently about the 12 universes is that if you travel through time and create alternate timelines, all 12 universes exist in these alternate timelines, not just in the universe that you happen to exist in when you travel through time. So when Trunks went to the past and created the new timeline, he created 12 more universes in his timeline. So the timelines exist outside of the Dragon Ball multiverse, so to speak. But of course, that begs the question, is there a being that governs over the timelines? Well, in the video games, the Supreme Kai of Time, but she is not in the manga or in the anime of Dragon Ball, so we really can't count her in this discussion. So I hope that clarified everything. The only real question I have left to ask is, when Zeno destroyed those other universes, how were they linked back then? Was Universe 1 linked with 18 and 2 with 17? Or was 18 linked with 13? Like, I don't understand that concept, and it's kind of a weird thing, but maybe one day we'll get an explanation. I highly doubt it. Anyways, thank you again for watching my video. Subscribe if you like the content here. I got more coming. Thank you for your constant support of the channel. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Talk to you guys later.